iPhone 17 baseline is now finally competing with the Pro models of iPhone. But why suddenly Apple has made a shift of change from the baseline iPhone, making it more likely to go towards Pro, killing their own Pro variants? Why Apple has done that? Let's talk about it. Since Apple has started delivering the 4 significant figures of their whole iPhone lineups, like this year, iPhone 17 baseline, iPhone 17 mini, iPhone 17 Pro, and iPhone 17 Pro Max. But why Apple has tried to make the baseline iPhone looks like more towards that Pro variant? Okay, for this we need to go a little back. Now, at the earlier stage, Apple has a mindset of making the baseline phone looks not so pro model. So all the beneficial or special innovation, they always kept it for the pro models, and the next year they would be delivering those same models to the lower end or the baseline iPhone. We see about the dynamic island. When it was launched, it was always reserved for the Pro models, not for the base models. And now again, Apple has waited for 1 year and just put the dynamic island into the baseline iPhone after 2 years of launching the dynamic island. Same goes for the neutral camera. The 48 megapixel camera is now, officially into the baseline iPhone, the 48 megapixel camera. Earlier on, Apple has not been eventually thinking for the baseline model. What they does generally is like taking the Pro model chipset and the lower end configuration chipset, they usually put it into the baseline iPhones every individual years. Due to which, people are more likely to not go towards that, baseline iPhone because there's everything at the lower end. Now, it's very obvious for Apple because Apple makes most of the amount of money from the Pro Max variant, selling the Pro Max and not the baseline iPhone. But now this year, they have significantly changed the baseline iPhone completely. Now, there are 3 main things or reasons why Apple baseline iPhone 17 is now one of the best iPhones you can ever purchase today. Now, a major display upgrade from the iPhone 16 base to iPhone 17 base. Now, this year, the screen is one of the main reasons for purchasing the baseline iPhone. Earlier on, the iPhone baseline was only about 60 Hz, like no promotion, no like 1 to 60 Hz time gapsing of that Hz and FPS. Now this year, Apple has finally put it one thing, which is ProMotion. And now it is more likely to be going from 1 Hz to 120 Hz. And those are people who has been talking about who the hell care about this 120 Hz panel. Now, once you start using iPhone 17 baseline, you will get to know what is the difference between 60 Hz panel and 120 Hz panel. So the new iPhone 17 baseline screen is now adaptive refresh rate. So it can go from 1 Hz to 120 Hz. That means when you're not using a phone, when it's only the always on display, it will occur 1 Hz display. And when it will be at the highest peak performance, like gaming, like watching content, it will be at 120 Hz. Now, there's a new coating in the baseline iPhone, which is Ceramic Shield 2. And it is one of the best screens that you can actually get in the iPhone today. The new baseline iPhone also comes with 3000 nits brightness, and it is one of the best brightness which you also expect in the Pro variants, and now you're getting into the baseline model. Now, the second biggest upgrade from my side in the baseline iPhone is just about camera. So if you see earlier on, the main 48 megapixel camera was just reserved for the Pro variants, and now Apple has finally delivered it into the baseline iPhone 48 megapixel fusion camera, you can say. And that camera is also delivers 2x telephoto lens. So you have 2 basic camera, the main camera and the telephoto lens. And the telephoto lens clicks the nice picture because it was some sort of iPhone 16 Pro camera. And also the main camera clicks so much more vibrant and good colors than the previous 12 megapixel camera. It's so good. Talking about camera though, there's the new selfie camera, which is 18 megapixel. It's sort of center state, but it's not actually. So instead of the rectangle, sort of lens, they are now using the square lens. So that means you can click the landscape and portrait picture simultaneously. Now the third and one of the main things which distinguish the Pro models with the baseline models, not this year, is about the performance and storage. So now the baseline iPhone will come with the initial storage of 256 gigabytes, and it's the baseline initial storage, so you can upgrade it now. But that's good that like baseline iPhone is coming with 256 gigabytes of storage. Now the second thing in the same configuration is about the performance. So the new baseline iPhone will be getting A19 Bionic chip, which will help to increase the baseline performance and also to increase the efficiency, reducing the battery uses, and also increasing the performance of overall phone. Now, for the sake of though, this time iPhone 17 baseline is of aluminum build, so you will not be getting so much sort of problems like heating so much, not cooling faster, and sometimes iPhones shut it down by itself. Now, the baseline iPhone will also come with 8 gigabytes of RAM, and for the battery life, those who worry about, Apple is claiming 30 hours of non-stop video playback. That is too much what they are saying, but we expect it roughly around, it lasts for 1 day. The battery capacity is good. The actual amount of figure Apple never mentions, but it's some sort of like 3900 mAh, which is sort of good for the baseline iPhone. And we're talking about the Qi2 charger, which Apple has implemented in the baseline iPhone as well. It will be charging the phone wirelessly with the 40 watt of adaptation. Now, here's my take. Here's my conclusion. Should you buy this phone? Now, this is not the obvious question, because this year, iPhone baseline has become one of the best purchased and value for money smartphone. So it will initially start with the same price as last year, $799, and it has been providing much more stuff than what you're getting earlier on. It has better cameras. It has better charging wirelessly. It has better fusion and center stage like selfie camera. It has better performance. It has better battery. And what else you need? So this term is not just about compacting the phone, but actually adopting the new technology and putting into the baseline. Now, why Apple has been doing that is one of the severely asked question. This is because Apple has now trying to capture that baseline iPhone market, which they were not earlier on, because baseline was not giving so much of value. But the people who don't want to go towards that Pro variant always tries to capture that baseline iPhone, due to which they're not getting sufficient amount of performance, so they might be not feeling good for the iPhone. So next year they won't buy iPhone. So now Apple has given all those previous year Pro version stuff into the baseline iPhone and the new stuff as well, so that people will be getting an immersive experience of overall the baseline iPhone, which is good for people and for Apple as well. But it will and it won't be hampering the Pro variants of Apple. We'll be talking about that in the later context. And if you know something more about the baseline iPhone, which I have not mentioned, please let me know in the comments down below. Till that time, keep vibrating. Bye.